wherever you are. I'm coming to you live and direct from an undisclosed location somewhere in the world, enjoying a Starbucks latte. A Starbucks latte. There you go. From the logo, you may or may not. Actually, no. This logo is the actual logo. This is the actual logo of our Starbucks in the US, UK, Europe, all that. The other places would not normally have. There is one location in the world that does not have that same logo. And that is a location. Oh, sorry, guys, I'm peeling something here. That is a location in the Middle East that does not possess that same logo. But everywhere else, that's the logo, the Little Mermaid thing, which looks like it's acceptable in this part of the world. Anyway, how are we doing? Just thought do a quick live since I haven't done a live in a while. I see there's a few of you jumping in. Hope you're all well. I hope the sound is actually coming through. I can't really check if the sound is coming from this microphone that I'm holding. Then awesome. If it's not coming from this microphone that I'm holding, then we have issues. No sound. You're messing with me. You are messing with me. Yeah, I knew you were joking. This must be someone that knows Manny. Kiss my ass. Yeah. Thank you. A couple of Burks, a couple of Burks, I guess. Anyway, yeah, I am. This is my final afternoon. Actually, it's afternoon now. It's 12 o'clock here, so it'll be morning for you guys, for most of you. Thank you, peace. Thank you. Yeah, I'm coming to you from I guess you could say, an undisclosed location in the middle of the earth, and just chilling, having a Starbucks, and enjoying the final days of warmth and sunshine on the outside. Where before I get back to good old Blighty, where I have to wrap up like a mummy in order to survive the cold. Yes, it's not like intensely hot, but it is hot enough to, be in a t-shirt and still be sweaty. Actually, I'm still quite moist, a little bit moist here. So yeah, hey, how's it going, my man? See you, HAFEZ. Salute to you. High top into view. Oh my god, these names are highest. No, I don't know. View. I'm gonna go with view at the end. Peace. See, Peace Dynamo. It's a relatively easy name. Why can't you guys simplify your names? Names are too complicated around here. Anyway, so I hope you can hear me through this mic and not through the phone. It doesn't matter. This is just a little quickie. Lots happened actually. Lots happened in Australia. Lots happened in America. There was a few shootings, which is a bit sad. And yeah, it looks like, and there's a lot of protests and stuff in London, which I've missed. There was a Monday night menorah lighting, remembering Bondi Beach situation there. But I'm sure that all the pro from the river to the sea people will be out on on Saturday in order to enjoy some more rivers and some more seas. So that's going to be good fun. So, to be honest, I can't really say a lot, but what I can say, and I'm going to make a small video about this, hopefully couple together some of the footage I've taken while I've been out here in this undisclosed location. But what I did find, which is refreshing, I think, and actually really nice, is that the flags of this nation are flown. They're not even like, it's not that they're voluntarily being flown on the lampposts. They are mandatory to be flown on the lampposts of this place, which is lovely. The flags and the sheikhs of this nation, their pictures are shown. Well, I mean, the pictures are all in the hotels. Their flags are in the hotels. Not only the flags are in the hotels, the flags are literally draped over skyscrapers, like sides of constructing, when they're building these skyscrapers. The flag of this union, this nation, is all over the place. So that makes a nice change, considering Britain, they're tripping over themselves to remove the flags of the nation. Every time the actual citizens want to put them up, the government is now actively taking it down. Ironic, really. It's kind of the reverse here. If a citizen takes down one of the nation's flags here, they will literally throw them in a hole where no one will find them. Whilst in Britain, if the citizen wants to put up the flag and be proud of their flag, they're shamed for it. They're called flag shaggers. Well, I tell you what, there are a lot of flag shaggers here, and they love it. They love their flag. They love their country. They love their united nation, and they're unashamedly proud, which I think we should take some tips in Britain. The British should take some tips. I mean, I myself am British, but not of the Anglo. I'm not an Aboriginal, shall we say? But I want them to adopt some of this. I'm going to make a little doc, a little movie, a little short film maybe, with all the clippings. Right now, this is, you can't really add clips to this. But it's incredible. It's incredible when you come to a nation that is actually proud of its existence, its citizens. And by the way, I will say this, and I've spoken to several taxi drivers, there is 100% two-tier system here, and they are unashamedly two-tiered about it. There is one rule for the foreigner, whether the foreigner lives here, works here, whatever, and then there's a rule for the natives. And I think if you mention that in Britain, they'll flog you nowadays. I think they'll just take you out and flog you within an inch of your life if you mention that there should be a different rule for the foreigner and the native. Here, I think they're proud of it. They insist upon it. No, as a foreigner, you don't get the same privileges as the natives do. As a foreigner, you don't get the same sentences as the natives do. As a foreigner, in fact, the taxi driver the other day said to me, they have the residents, the actual natives, have a special 60% discount card for goods and services that they want to purchase, certainly in the malls. So like anything they buy, there's a 60% discount on it, and they have a special card which only the natives get. Imagine having that in the United Kingdom. Where are you? Sorry, I missed that detail. I would like to leave that undisclosed until I am officially on a plane back to Britain, just in case somebody calls it in. Let's put it this way. I'm in a place that serves Starbucks coffee in a very hot environment. If you want to get where I am, just look up my shorts. You will immediately know where I am. I just don't want to verbalize it just yet until I'm on a plane back. Some haters might make a call or something. I don't know. Just in case, just to be safe. Although, as I say, it's pretty obvious. It's pretty obvious where I am. But yeah, I find it very refreshing that this country and the people in this country are exceedingly proud of who they are, where they are, and their country treats them differently. Their country treats them special. They treat them like natives, and that they are not the same as the foreigner. That this is their land, this is their home, this is their country, their blood and soil, and they're unashamedly proud of that. It's incredible. It's incredible. I think the West Europeans certainly need to look to the East now for their example. I mean, for the longest time, it was the Middle East that looked to the West. Looked, the East looked to the West for their examples, and they're happy. They're happy to take the good that we have, but they're not going to give up what they've got, and they're not gonna emulate the West to a suicidal extent. I'm near Atlanta. I wish I was warm here. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry, peace. Atlanta, yeah. I mean, Atlanta, Georgia. Yeah, I suppose this time of the year is not terrible. Okay, go. 5 minutes. Go. All right. So yeah, we gotta go eat now. Apparently, God, I'm just moving from meal to meal at the moment. It doesn't look like there's a break in between eating and drinking. Dear God, I'm gonna explode. But yeah, getting back to the original subject. Yes, why am I being deleted? Why are you being deleted? Who's deleting you, Manny? I don't see any text. Who's deleting Manny? I thought I gave you. You're an admin, aren't you an admin, Manny? I thought you were an admin on this channel. My comments, not sure. I don't know, Manny. You got to be careful. Sometimes YouTube simply takes out comments that have certain words in them. I know that for sure. If I put any comments with mentioning another social media like Facebook or X or whatever, I've had comments just disappear, not appear at all because I mentioned another social media company. So sometimes the AI on YouTube does some stuff. But I can see your comments right now, Manny. And if anyone deletes Manny's comments, they shall get a rather severe thrashing. Thank you, peace. Thank you. Oh yeah, that could have happened. There you go. Yeah, you got to be careful when you're posting other social media names. Anyway, as I said, I mentioned a certain. There you go, Manny. That's why. Do not mention certain states and certain groups. Hello, London City Events. Good to see you, sir. By the way, guys, go to London City Events and Manny Cinder and subscribe. They produce some excellent content. Well, London City. Manny is a Candace Owens lover, insane person. He thinks Candace Owens walks on cloud 9 and has the sun shining out of her rectum. So make of that as you will. But London City, excellent content, sir. So anyway, as I was saying, yeah, it's nice to be in a country that's unashamedly proud of being a country, and actually takes care of its people. Its people, not the foreigner. Its people. The foreigner can come and work and enjoy the facilities and enjoy the lifestyle, but they're gonna have to work. They don't get any privileges. Every penny a foreigner earns in this city is something of their own making. The government didn't give them handouts. There are no handouts for the foreigners here. I assure you. That's probably why they don't have the influx of rubber boats. I already have plenty of lefty haters. You are a lefty. Anyway, so yeah, love it. Love this city, this town, this country. It's surprisingly refreshing. Although, again, it has its dark side, and there are many people who've covered that. I wish I'd actually been able to travel. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to this time. Maybe another trip to the areas where the actual workers live, because there are slums, if you like, of this town where the workers actually get bused to every day. It's not bad. It's not bad. But yeah, people get bused to certain areas where they live, and it's essentially the slums of this area, far away from the very rich people. And it's verging on indentured servitude around here in some cases. People are cheap, shall we say? Rapping TikTokers, who's rapping influencers. Yeah, they're rapping, I guess. There are some rappers here. I'm not acknowledging you, Manny. You know that, right? Stay there if you love it that much. No, I love the fact that they're unashamedly proud, and they have their flags hanging high as a government mandate, not as a act of rebellion against the government. Talk about the irony that hanging the flag of your nation is considered an act of rebellion in Britain, whilst here it's mandatory practically. Just goes to show how far we may have fallen. But yeah, I think it is time for Britain to take some examples from the East and proudly be British again. Make Britain Britain again. Let's put the great back in, because yeah, it's so different the way governments behave over here versus over there. It's incredible. Gotta take some hints, man. 24/7 here in the USA. Well done, peace. Too late, it's broken. No, I don't think so. I think we can save it. Morning. Cheeky chops. Big up to you, sir. Banksy, let's run to America. I don't know, man. I tell you what, there are literally tens of thousands of people, millionaires, that are running over here where I am right now. They are literally getting out. Everybody I talk to, the taxi drivers, the waiters, they know someone that lives in England who is planning to leave England, who's planning to leave Britain. If they have any kind of investment, if they have any kind of money, they are planning to liquidate that asset, because the asset tax are coming in, and they are liquidating their assets fast as possible to get the F out. And they're buying property over here. I mean, property sales are everywhere. There are people literally kidnapping you off the streets to try to sell your property. It's crazy. Well, I hope so, Smiley. I hope so, my man. Yeah, I've got to make a little report about this place when I get back. I've got some clips and stuff I want to edit in. Got to do a little, I guess, video essay. Oh Christ, I have to write that shit out. Anyway, I've got Christmas, so I've got a bit of time to probably get it together, edit it. So yeah, I'm gonna try and do that. Trying to release a little mini video, maybe 10-20 minute long, just to show what I've got what's going on over here. The city formerly known as London. Yes, yes, yes. The Islamic Republic of London, Londonistan, as some people have come to call it. My brother's doing. My brother's going to Dubai. There you go. There you go. His laughter. He's what was it? His daughter's already there. Oh, okay, interesting. So there you go. Yeah, loads of people are leaving. There's a lot of actual free zones, what they call free zones in Dubai, where you can actually operate with very little restrictions on your business, as long as your business doesn't have to deal with mainland UAE, as in main UAE sort of parts. If you do, then there will be some taxes. But if your business doesn't actually, buy and sell within the UAE boundaries, your business is pretty much tax-free, entirely tax-free. If you're you can set up essentially an international office here, as in Dubai, not here because I'm in an undisclosed location. But yeah, you can set up pretty much a business that will sell abroad, totally tax-free, and almost regulation-free. So yeah, it's incredible. It's absolutely incredible, the kind of facilities that they are providing for people to do business undisturbed and unmolested, if you will, by the local government. Yeah, man, they're creating an unbelievable business hub. My niece and her husband live there. They own loads of properties. Been there the last 10 years. Interesting. Notice you never see Ali Dawa and hijab in Sharia compliant countries. Well, hijab is broke now anyway. He can't even afford to go to Butlins. Yes, yeah, hijab. I believe what's his name? Murray. Oh Christ, I forgot his first name. Murray. Shit. What was this? Douglas Murray. Douglas Murray is basically fleecing the living crap out of. Essentially, Douglas Murray is now living off Mohammed Hijab's money, which in itself is a delicious irony. A proudly British nationalist homosexual man living off Mohammed Hijab's money. You couldn't make that story up. If you wrote that in a book, they'd say it was fiction. It was unbelievable. But here we go. Here we are. I will go when he's set up. Nice, cheeky. Yeah. So anyway, I'm not really sure. I didn't really have a lot. Okay, Candace Owens. I've been wanting to make a video mentioning Candace Owens, but also I've been wanting to make a video mentioning Piers Morgan and his Nick Fuentes video. Okay, let's have a rant at Candace Owens. I mean, Candace Owens essentially, let's be perfectly honest here, she is the quintessential grifter. There is nothing beneath her. There is nothing below her. She's unashamedly profiting from Charlie Kirk's death, which is ridiculously low. But then I've never rated Candace Owens. I think you all knew. No, I don't know if you all knew. If you don't know, let me make it clear. Candace Owens has been a consummate grifter from day one. I called her out. I have a video in 2016 where I called her a grifter and that she is grifting for the right, for the conservatives, because there's them golds in them Republican hills, and she was plowing and she plowed hard and deep, and she made a fortune. She actually struck gold far better than most other grifters for the right. But she was a left-wing, left-tard BLM, hardcore BLM person, literally like 2013, 2014. She was involved in a thing called social autopsy, where they were going to essentially dox. It was a doxing site where they would dox anyone who made, unphoto, I guess, trolling or generally, commentary that the left disagreed with. That fell apart because I think they found out that basically doxing people is and trying to profile their or try to create a profile out of a person's internet footprint in order to dox them is essentially is illegal, and they are going to get she was going to get essentially ended up in prison at some point, or severely sued by millions of people. So they kind of dropped that. But then I presume they discovered also that Facebook already has that. Essentially, Facebook and these other social media companies are social autopsy anyway. They can create a profile around the human being. You don't even have to, by the way, this was in 2015-16 when I was talking to Tim Pool. And he clearly said it. Facebook can create a shadow profile of you based on your presence on someone else's Facebook. So through WhatsApp, which they have control over, which means they have control over your phone's contacts, because Facebook requires that in order to be, sorry, not Facebook, WhatsApp requires that in order for you to even be able to use the application. So what essentially Facebook did was they purchased WhatsApp because nobody was using their messenger, Facebook Messenger, and they were actively blocking access to the phone's contacts through Facebook Messenger. So through the back door, they purchased WhatsApp and they got all your details. Now, you may not be on Facebook, you may not have a Facebook profile, but someone in your contacts does. Guaranteed, multiple people in your contacts do. They will create a shadow profile of you based on the people that have Facebook profiles that are in your contacts. So they have a profile on you whether you have Facebook or not. And through that profile, they can examine your other contacts of contacts, relatives, friends, spouses, etc. And essentially, the powers that be have a back door to your information through Facebook, and most likely other social media too, but certainly Facebook, in order to gain whatever information about you that they require. So they don't, that whole social autopsy was unnecessary because the governments and the powers that be have access to your data through other means anyway. So anyway, Candace Owens clearly saw the trend, the tide turning, the winds changing, and she jumped on the conservative bandwagon, and she's been riding that wave pretty hard ever since. Now she sees the conspiracy bandwagon being quite strong. She, unlike Alex Jones and Fuentes, who pretty much say very similar things about a lot of things, don't get, they're banned from YouTube while she gets millions of impressions. And is favored by the algorithm. So if she's not a Fed, she is saying the things that the certain Feds want to be said in order to create a reaction. Either she's controlled opposition or she's working on behalf of, she's saying the things that the powers that be want a controlled opposition to say in order to keep the masses appeased with their conspiracy. And so, they let her rant about Macron's wife having a penis and grifting off Charlie Kirk's death. But they won't ban her, block her, or even algorithmically reduce her impact, because essentially she's doing what the Feds want. If someone is saying, see, unlike Manny, which has crawled up Candace Owens's rear end, why you have copied my sunglasses? I'm sorry, Manny, but aviators were around before you were, so I don't think you have an exclusive right for aviators. Hello, Nolly. So yeah, if Candace Owens is saying very much in line the stuff that Alex Jones said or Nick Fuentes has said, and yet she's on YouTube and totally unbanned, and probably Facebook, and Alex Jones and Fuentes are completely banned from those platforms. They only have really X and Rumble, and these dissident, if you like. Oh, for the love of God, they have these outlier social media platforms to be able to use, and of course, Alex Jones has his own Infowars. So if you're Candace Owens, oh, Nightish, good to see you, sir. Good to see you. By the way, guys, Nightish is another good YouTuber, content creator. He's been known to fall asleep on his own streams. I haven't seen it myself, but many people talk about it. So check him out. He's an interesting guy. But anyway, as far as Candace Owens is concerned, I think she is absolutely controlled opposition. She is what is commonly known as a valve release. She is used to release the valve. Box of wine, man. Cheeky nose. Rather than talking about personal attacks, do you have any opinion on the information Candace and others have shared about Charlie Kirk's death? Yeah, they're full of shit. They're idiots and they're grifters, and they're trying to use a man's death to profit from. That is my opinion on there. It's not only personal attacks. You see, the reason I'm personally addressing them as a human being is this is like a court cross-examination. A person's character, it demonstrates their trustworthiness and their ability to believe what they have to say. So their character matters. That is why they have character witnesses in certain trials, people who can come and give testimony to a person's character. Me pointing out Candace's character flaws is at the heart of the nonsense she spouts. So yes, it is important to explain what kind of untrustworthy character Candace Owens is, in order for people to understand what she's saying is of no value, or should be questionable, because this woman is a untrustworthy character. So yes, this is why I am. You can call it personal attack, but I am actually pointing out her character flaws in order to show that what she is saying is also of untrustworthy, because she's a untrustworthy person. And no, she is not. Stop pick and mixing facts. It's nothing to do with facts. The fact is, Candace Owens is the classic charlatan. It's called two truths and a lie. That's what Candace Owens does. She tells two truths and then a lie, and then expects you to believe it. So she says that, for example, Brigitte Macron has a brother. Brigitte Macron was 20 years older than her husband. Man, I forgot his first name. Anyway, whatever. The Macron, the president of France. So those are two truths. And then she says Brigitte Macron's a man, and her brother suddenly vanished, even though in court her brother and Brigitte themselves have actually sued and won these defamation, libelous accusations of Brigitte being a man. And by the way, Brigitte is also mothered children. So there's that, which may be quite critical. The fact that the doctors that actually pulled children out of her vagina would probably be able to attest to the fact that they extracted human beings from her. I'm sure there'll be records of that. But Candace Owens doesn't care. Character evidence is used for sentencing, not the outcome of the trial. No, actually, character witnesses are brought in to actually determine whether the person is telling the truth or not. Dude, you know people who are in the law. Surely you know how character witnesses are used in courtroom situations. They're not just for sentencing. They're actually used to show whether the person's credible or not. There's all sorts of reasons that they're used. But anyway, the credibility of Candace Owens is certainly in question. I myself studied law as well. Well, there you go then. But the fact of the matter is, her character is at the heart of what she says. She's not a straight news reporter. She is an opinion piece. She produces opinion pieces. That is why she can do what she does, because she is not reporting the news. She's not a journalist. She is a political pundit, and she simply gives people her opinion about things. That's why that's why she can say what she says, because journalists who are just simply reporting the news as it is have certain journalistic standards that she doesn't have to adhere to, especially on the internet. She's a mouthpiece, she's a talking head, she's a person who spouts her opinions, and her character then knowing what kind of character this individual is and whether she's trustworthy goes to the heart of whether her opinions are trustworthy. So you're actually trying to muddy the waters here, because you suck on her little tatars, and I don't. I never rated Candace Owens, and I will never rate Candace Owens. And now she's essentially being exposed for the absolute despicable and unconscionable. I don't know the correct words without swearing, but the absolute just standardless, the principleless, is that a word? The fact that she has no principles, that she has no standards, she has no ethics or moral codes. She will grift on everything and anything, including the death of her best friend. In the meanwhile, lightly or partially insinuating that her own wife, Charlie Kirk's wife, had something to gain from his death. This is unbelievable. I mean, I know that Tim Pool and Stephen Crowder have used the CUNT word against her, like she is an unbearable, insufferable, see you next Tuesday. I would normally use that, but not on this channel. But nevertheless, she's a despicable person. You are discussing people, Banksy. No, I'm not. Well, I am discussing people. It's called. This is my piece on Candace Owens. So yes, I'm absolutely discussing people, a person, not just people, a person. So this is an opinion piece on Candace Owens, and the fact that she is a despicable, ethical, non-ethical, I guess, person. She's a terrible, terrible, unethical individual that would use the death of one of her closest friends to make money out of. Just absolutely scrupulous individual. And no, I have no interest in anything she has to say. I don't watch her stuff. I mostly just get all this information from other people that happen to have talked about her now, because I don't rate her. she is not worthy of rating in any shape or form. I mean, if the rating is from 0 to 10, she gets a -4 from me. If that's the rating that we're if the scale is what we're working off. No, Candace Owens is a terrible, terrible person, and she has managed to accrue the fame and wealth from being that terrible person, which is another life lesson that the bad guys don't always lose. The bad guys, surprisingly in life, quite often win and live very luxurious lives. Terrible people do very well in the world, and that's the difference between Hollywood and reality. So no, I don't. I think she's a despicable individual that is doing terrible, terrible damage to the Turning Point USA brand. She's doing terrible damage to Charlie Kirk's wife, Erica. God knows what kind of heartbreak that that Erica is currently experiencing. I hope she gets sued the living shit out. I mean, she is being sued by the Macrons, and I hope they take her for every penny she's got. I hope that Candace Owens will be begging for change out in the in the streets when the Macrons are done with her, and that nonsense about the fact that the French legionnaires are now being mobilized to assassinate her. The French legionnaires. I suppose if Inspector Clouseau was still around, he'd be assigned to investigate Candace Owens. Maybe the Pink Panther should come for Candace Owens soon enough. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Oh, can you imagine? They make a movie of the Pink Panther investigating Candace Owens. Inspector Clouseau is hot on Candace Owens' case to take her down. I miss those films. I actually have the whole box set. I gotta go check them out when I get home. But yeah, I don't think Inspector Clouseau is going to be investigating Candace Owens, but the American, the French, Macron's, the French First Lady and President are certainly going to be sending out their army of lawyers to take her down, and I hope they do. I hope they take her for every penny. Not because of the Macrons. I don't give a shit about them. I hope they take revenge for Charlie Kirk's wife. In fact, I hope that the Macrons fleece her, and then Turning Point USA comes for her as well and takes whatever the hell she's got left. And I bet her husband is not going to be none too pleased when they come, because whatever they're going to come for her, they're going to come for him. Unfortunately, that marriage contract includes him in it as well, and his millions. So whatever millions they come for her, I hope they come for him too. And we'll see how Miss Owens does when she's begging for change on the streets of wherever the hell she lives. But yeah, you would not blame Trump for not releasing the Epstein files. I mean, I think Trump made a mistake on that one. Trump should have released the Epstein files, or in whatever capacity he could, or whatever capacity he can. But I think there's other players at work here. That's why the Epstein files never really gonna get. We're never gonna really know for sure. I mean, we know the filth of Hollywood that circled that island, and the filths within the American, British, and many other countries' establishment. Not to mention a certain little country in the Middle East that's rather troublesome for the Americans quite often. I'm sure there were plenty of officials from there that were also on the Epstein Island. But it is what it is, as they say. I already have blamed Trump for not releasing the files. Yes, based has been all over that. Yeah, based has been pretty based actually on the Epstein thing. I think it was it's a little stumble for Trump, but it's not going to make any real dent in his mission for, especially in his mission for to accomplish his immigration goals. I hope that's the main thing. Now the problem is the Epstein files is going to affect the MAGA base, which is kind of split the MAGA base between the ultra MAGAs and the MAGAs that were disappointed with the Epstein thing. People like Marjorie Taylor Greene and others who are probably going to either lose their seats, or Republicans are going to take a hit in the midterms, and then he will essentially be a bit of a lame duck for the next couple of years of his presidency, and that's pretty much it. That's why he got as much done as he could in this particular term, in this first year. This is it. This is his golden year. Everything after this is going to be lackluster, mediocre. He's not going to get the kind of votes that he needs from the House and the Senate to get anything else done. But if you can make a dent in the immigration, then that's something for the Americans. And I think he's already made cultural difference. You know, there's been a distinct culture shift when it comes to the trans testicles and all the other issues, the LGBT lobbyists and all of the crazy stuff that we're getting a little bit over the top. Oh, for crying out loud. Anyway, this is not a courtroom, Manny. I'm just simply telling people, don't believe Candace Owens when she tells you bollocks like Madrid Macron has a penis. And of course, on that same note, I'm pretty sure Michael or Michelle Obama is a female, despite the fact that there are plenty of people who think that it's not. Candace Harm is for Kirk Angel, not with Epstein opinion. Kirk Angel? What? Are you using some kind of code because you can't type Charlie Kirk? Maybe. Or Erica. Anyway, yeah, I think Candace is a grifter through and through. Despicable person and totally unworthy of anyone's real attention. And certainly not to be taken seriously in any capacity whatsoever. And I think actually to some extent she's probably some kind of agent provocateur or controlled opposition, just on the simple fact that the very things that now Candace is saying, someone like Alex Jones was not only banned from all social media in a matter of a single day, but also he was sued for over $1 billion or about $1 billion for a very similar type of accusation. I mean, let's be honest, when Alex Jones denied the Sandy Hook stuff, it wasn't too dissimilar to this. This is essentially what Candace is doing, denying who killed Charlie and the conspiracies around it, and the fact that his wife, insinuating in a roundabout way that his wife is benefiting or is somehow a beneficiary of this of that event. All of that is grounds for being sued very, very easily. And like I say, I hope Turning Point basically takes whatever she has left after the Macrons are done with her. And I'm pretty sure Macrons are going to fleece her hard. She's going to get hit pretty hard with the Macrons. Just the mere fact that he goes to court alone, and she's like, "Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait for Discovery." Yeah, Discovery is going to find you. It's going to cost you a fortune, and you're going to walk with your. I mean, you're going to create another, bullshit conspiracy out of it. The doctors, they never allowed us. They never allowed our doctors to examine her, or my doctor that happens to only be free on a Wednesday of every 6 months to examine her. So because I couldn't get that particular doctor that is only available once every 6 months to examine her, then it's all wrong. She's going to create more conspiracies out of it. Let's be honest. It's not going to end with that, with the fact that she'll be sued to the high heavens, and she'll be found to be libelous completely. She'll just jump on another conspiracy bandwagon. That's the nature of these idiots. But the fact that she'll be fleeced quite heavily for it, some of that sweet ad revenue money is going to have to go to some serious lawyer fees and damages, and then after that, I hope the Turning Point USA comes for her hard, and then we'll see how much she's got left. I mean, to be honest with you, I pity her husband, because her husband, it must be like just like holding his hand in his head every night, like, shut up, just shut up. Could you please just shut up? We're millionaires. Aren't you just happy just being a millionaire? We're literally multi-millionaires. You don't need this crap. You don't need to talk about this crap. Just shut up. And I still do, to some extent. And they don't. Because I know pilots. I literally know an airline pilot. Anyway. Play silly games, win silly prizes. Exactly, Cheeky. Exactly. And I hope her time, her dues, the fiddler comes to collect his due. Keir Starmer confirmed it. U.S. government confirmed it. Whatever. Okay. So, oh my God, I'm almost an hour in. Why am I still ranting after an hour? That's insane. I should be out. There's lunch to be had. There's food to be eaten. What the hell am I doing? What time is it? I'm not actually hungry though. Might leave it a bit later. I have a video out at 12:30. The government deleted. Oh, as in the government's already deleted it, or you're about to show it again? You should have virtue signaled. You know. I didn't want to say, cheeky chops. I didn't want to say, but I do know a pilot, and you know the pilot I know. So there you go. Cheeky chops knows all the players I'm talking about. He's in with the same scene as I am. So yeah, we both know the same pilot, and I'm willing to take the word of a pilot over Manny's conspiratards. Oh my God. The digital ID debate. Oh, reference to digital. Oh, interesting. So, London, is your video coming out at 12:30 today, UK time? Can you please confirm? Yeah, I'm done. I'm done with this little rant. Love that place, Banksy. I know, I do too. Yes, 12:30 p.m. Good man. Okay, guys, London City Events. 12:30 is gonna release a video, so keep an eye on that. I'm gonna go actually notify. Just hit the notification so that it notifies me. Make sure you guys are turned on. Yeah, hit the bell to get notified. Also, get the likes up on this if you still haven't. Anyway, from me and this undisclosed location of the not so sunny day. It's not that sunny. I will bid you adieu, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining me. I ran way too far with this. There was also someone else I want to talk to. Oh, the Piers Morgan, Nick Fuentes. Okay, I'm going to do another one with Piers Morgan, Nick Fuentes, but I'll try and do it when I'm at home. When I'm back at home. I know the news cycle's gone anyway from that, but there's still lots of people grifting off that particular disaster that Piers Morgan put on. Piers Morgan is such a douchebag. At least, I mean, can we all at least agree that he is a giant douchebag? I despise that man on a level that cannot be fathomed. I feel dirty when I watch him. He's such an ass. But but I'm glad that he got roasted without knowing he was being roasted. You know, when he was telling Nick Fuentes about the 6 million deaths, the official numbers of the World War II, and Nick was, I think it's more. I think it's far more. Maybe 7, maybe 10. He didn't clock that Fuentes was being facetious. That this was all part of the Groiper facetious. I gotta go. I got people calling and complaining and shit. I gotta get out of here. Have yourselves a good day. Okay. Peace out. Take care.